Hello, my friends. How you doing? My name is Oral Walters, and willing to share my testimony um, from where I was to where I'm at now. And I just want to give God thanks for His privilege that He have given me over the years. And I grew up in humble beginnings. Never had much. My parents, they instilled in me from an early age to be satisfied with what was given, learn to be content. Um, I was not exposed to the world as some children would have been exposed, and I just was in my own circle. I went to school, played with friends, you know, but not doing anything out of the will of my decisions. I didn't want to create problems with my surroundings, my parents, so I was just a simple guy. Yes, very mischievous, I must say. I love to ask questions. I love to go deep into solutions when I was a kid, yes. And there are times when my mom would cook for us, and I would have been learning about carbohydrates, not to eat too much, and when I told her that at this time of the night we cannot eat so late because of the carbohydrate, well, she made a decision that, well, since you're concerned about carbohydrates, you won't be eating tonight. And I've learned a lot of lessons during that, so sometimes I have to learn to close my mouth, not to say certain things, what I was taught. However, during all of that, I going to church, playing an active role in church. One would say, I'm a church boy. I've been in church since I was a baby, so I never understood what the world means out there. I started experiencing secular understanding when I started going to high school, and I had to make decisions, and I had to make my grades. I have to think about the future. All these things came into play while I was in high school. So the opening of me being out there as a young man drives me to want to learn more, want to see what's out there. I didn't reach far, I must say, enough, but the Lord had His hands on me for a long time, and I love music, and I was in my room one day and I said, Lord, if you teach me how to play, I'll play for you for the rest of my life. And that was a simple prayer. Never thought it would have come through, but I was eager to learn. And the Lord said, well, since you prayed that prayer, I'm going to show you that prayer changes the situation. And He opened the opportunity for me to learn from different genre of musicians. I went to school. I did private lessons. I love music so much that I was doing it every day. And as a result of that, I grew so fast learning music and learned the discipline of how to achieve and to approach music. I was playing in the church as long as I knew myself, and I had been, through the church regime. You gotta be saved, you gotta, know the biblical principles, all of that. And went through all of that. I have had a situation where I was even suspended from church because of my act of being disobedient. And I was reinstated eventually, and we're all human beings, so we make mistakes. Some people took it to heart. I could have taken it to heart, but I learned to forgive and I moved on. And as a result of that, my life was just on mainstream. I was working at Alken Bauxite Company for a while, and then I got the opportunity to come overseas and make use of my opportunities. So I did make use of it, not knowing that the Lord reminded me one day that, remember the prayer you prayed? Yes, that prayer still exists. That prayer is still there. And I wasn't going to church when I was here. The first time I came here, I was working, trying to achieve. And I was invited to church by my barber one day and said to come to church, man. And he didn't even know that I was going to church before. So he just come to church, and the Lord has things for you there, man. And the first time I went there and I introduced myself, and immediately the Lord opened the door when I was playing for them, and they needed a musician. And then the Lord also opened other doors for me where my immigration status was concerned, and I was just being blessed from there. I also got married, and it was just blessings after blessings. I also became a choir director there. Let's go back a little bit. I was a choir director in the church back in Jamaica, and it was a fulfilling moment for me. I enjoyed doing it, and I still do. And I just want to give thanks for those who endured with me, who went through the challenges that we have had and became successful after all these years. We just want to say thank you for your support and for making God's name be lifted high. So back to in the future now. After playing there for a while at that church I was playing at, I as I said, got married, and still searching, still trying to achieve, so to speak. And eventually I ended up going to Bible seminary, and my wife and I, we became ordained after going through a rigid seminary. You had to do so many things to understand the principles of the Bible and how to make ourselves be a witness, a testimony according to the word, and to live by it. I started going to church more often, and I was basically doing the things of the Lord, and I achieved in many ways, so I never had to be breaking my back, so to speak, to do much. I became a fire sprinkler engineer while I was here. I went to school also to be certified as a fire sprinkler engineer, and my company that I work with, rather I should say, we did a lot of work, and it was so much that it was taking a toll with me and the church. So I had to end up changing job. I went in law enforcement, and I became a supervisor in food service, and thereon I'm still a supervisor in food service, which is a very successful area that I'm in, because I'm able to witness to inmates and to lead them in a better path where the Lord is concerned, where their lives need to be impacted by the things that they do, and it will be impacted by the things that they do right or wrong. So, I'm there as a staple, a stepping stone to give thanks in all these things. And After which, as I grew in the Lord, my wife and I were ordained to be pastors. And I am now the pastor of the Liberty Church Impact Ministry. And my life has been blessed since. And we are located in Lehigh Acres, Florida. And we are doing very good. And souls have been won for the kingdom, especially young people. And the older folks, they are there too, but they are so seasoned that they help us to help the young ones to learn about the Bible.
Hey everyone, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the episode of Tell It Tuesday. We just listened to Oral tell his testimony of his humble beginnings. Although he was raised in church, we can hear that he was a little mischievous growing up as a young boy and had many questions that would oftentimes get him into trouble. Oral grew up in the church and was not exposed to some of the things that children are exposed to today, but we can see where God, by way of his Spirit, has taken over his life. From an innocent prayer at a young age, now manifested, Oral was taught how to play music by ear, and today he plays various instruments and is an excellent psalmist. He's also a praise team leader and choir director. And I know him today as Pastor Oral, where he and his beautiful wife are the pastors of the Liberty Church Impact Ministries in Southwest Florida. God has truly worked in his life. I hope you are enjoying this series of Tell It Tuesday, where a few of my friends have been vulnerable in sharing their various testimonies. Stay tuned for some more upcoming testimonies. And like always, I invite you to comment down below, consider subscribing to the channel, and don't forget to press on the bell so you always get notifications on my uploaded posts.